Again, good morning, very warm welcome to you. This is another in a series of webinars that Herts Chamber of Commerce have put on really since the lockdown to try and assist UK companies, particularly in Hertfordshire, during these difficult times. As we're all very aware that the virus has not only devastated lives but also the economy, and we really do need to get things moving as quickly as possible. Again, don't forget we've got Brexit looming in the background with potentially a no deal, a strong possibility, and just may say more on that in a moment. And we've also got climate change as well, which hasn't gone away. And I was very struck talking to a company, a very good exporting company yesterday, and the chap I was talking to said he can't wait to get back on an aeroplane again to go out and see people. But things are going to change, as Barack Obama said in the run-up to his election the first time, whenever it was, 2008 or whatever it was. He said the world's changed and we have to change with it. And I think that's still very true today as it was then. And it's because of that that we do have our friends and colleagues from TIAO. And I'd love to pass you over, delighted to pass you over to Joost Visser, who's the CEO and co-founder of TIAO, to talk about changes and where he thinks we can go forward from here. And I say time is short, so I'll shut up now and pass over to Joost. Good morning, Joost.
Yeah, thank you, John. My name has changed to Joost now, so I don't.
Joost. Sorry.
Well, it's difficult. I've always worked with British companies my entire career, so I'm very used to Joost. Yeah. So I will be doing a brief introduction. I will talk a few minutes about, let's say, business in times of uncertainty, and then I'm going to hand over to Karolina, who will be doing a demonstration of the Connects platform, which is a tool that is actually quite let's say relevant in times where people are not able to meet face to face. So, but we will talk more about that. And we are joined by Leila, who is actually she's let's say we like to call her the sort of ambassador of our platform. But she will introduce herself and then tell how she discovered our platform and how she's using it in her business. So I think it's good, relevant perspective from, let's say, an entrepreneur side. So that's what we'll do, and we will finish well ahead of, let's say, before the we don't need an hour. So I think so good morning everyone. My name is Joost. My personal career spends over 25 years in marketing, sales, strategy, working as an executive, largely for British companies. So I worked a long time for TIAO, the global drinks company, but I am Dutch. And I've worked for them in Europe, in the Americas. And in recent years, I've worked as a management consultant and entrepreneur in various sectors and industries. And in the last 5 years, I have been increasingly working with international business networks such as chambers of commerce to help them use digital tools and new ways of working to improve the effectiveness and the efficiency of particularly international trade development for SMEs and entrepreneurs. But all of the stuff that we are talking about today is just as relevant for local business development as it is for international business development. I will be speaking about trends and developments in business during and after the Corona crisis, where we're coming out of the lockdown, but obviously business is by far back to normal. And I will share and discuss some ideas about how to create business opportunities post the crisis. What is important to note that even before the COVID-19 crisis hit us, the business environment was already in the middle of rapid change. Internet and social media, they have profoundly changed the way in which new business opportunities are created. I see a lot of millennial entrepreneurs in this call, so our observation is that millennial entrepreneurs, if they want to create new business leads, they go online. That's the first thing you do. And so you gather information about target clients via online networks such as LinkedIn and Twitter before you even contact them. And based on this information, you can discover the insights that you need about the client's needs and tailor your pitch accordingly. And so the way today's business developers engage with their prospects has also changed a lot. is most people no longer rely on cold calling or canvassing to push your sales script. It is much more about leveraging warm introductions from within your own personal networks, and they can be, on or offline. And today's decision makers, when they receive a call, they usually already know who is contacting them, even if they've never met them, because the business developer has made sure that their reputation online that they have built for themselves is already reinforcing their pitch. And it's very important, and I'm sure Leila can talk about that as well, is that anyone doing business today needs to be perceived as a thought leader and as somebody who is influential in their own circles, and social media are a perfect way to build that. So where we are today in the middle of the crisis, COVID-19 crisis, if your business is directly impacted by the COVID-19 crisis, it's all about survival. And we're now already 2 months into the crisis. So a lot of businesses in crisis will have received, hopefully, or have asked for government support and doing everything they can to secure their cash and their cash flow positions. The second thing to do is to quickly evaluate what are your alternatives and how can you adapt your business. John also alluded to it in his introduction, but I always refer to a famous quote from Charles Darwin about in his study about survival of the fittest. It's not always the strongest who survive, but the ones that adapt the fastest. And that means it's not enough to have the biggest cash position and say, okay, I will manage. No matter how much cash you have, if your business has become obsolete, you will have to adapt, because otherwise, once your cash runs out, you have no more business. What's also possible, and we're using today the Zoom technology, one of the companies that has been thriving in this crisis, is that because you happen to be making the kind of products or deliver the kind of services that are essential for survival in this time, it's very important to keep in mind that right now is not the time to focus on hard selling. You cannot be perceived to be opportunistic and benefiting from the situation. During a crisis, it's all about helping each other out and developing deeper relationships with your current and potential customers, making sure that everyone is okay, helping each other. So during a time of crisis, it's much more time for, let's say, building your relationships, building your brand. It's not so much a sales time. So after the crisis, so at some point, luckily in many countries, the peak of the COVID-19 crisis is, let's say, behind us. And luckily we see that in the UK as well, same in Belgium, in other countries, in Spain. But in the emerging world, it's still there on a sort of steep growth curve. So the thought of international travel beyond Europe, I think, is probably still quite a long way away. But everyone will have to find a new balance. And the thing is that in this world, for business in general, the business world will never be the same as before. It's what people are now starting to realize is that at any time, even when we found a vaccine for corona, a new virus can come up. And everyone now realizes that nobody in the world is immune to this. So people in Europe have been extremely lucky that the Spanish flu, which was the last major epidemic that hit us, was 100 years ago. But people in Asia, they had SARS crisis in 2003. They had swine flu pandemic in 2009. In Africa, there was Ebola that hit in 2015. And in Latin America, there was the Zika crisis not so long ago. And what you can see that particularly in Asia, people have responded and have been prepared because they have this recent experience. So as a result of globalization, there can be another COVID-19 crisis or worse at any time. I don't want to sound too pessimistic, but that's why health systems need to be better prepared, and businesses need to be more resilient and prepared to be able to function even in times of lockdown. We are very lucky that digital technologies that exist to do this efficiently. And what we like to emphasize is that we're also lucky that chambers of commerce, like the Hertfordshire Chamber, are organizations that are there to help companies become more resilient and using technology. And chambers of commerce like Herts that use our platform, Connects, can provide with this Connects platform a trusted space for companies to do business online. And so they can support all users with their local knowledge. They can provide introductions. I was reading an article this week actually. They're saying that people need to rebuild their supply chains. You need to to become more resilient. You can, of course, maintain your existing supply chain, but to be more resilient, it's good to have a backup. And the quote was from the former chief economist of the Citibank, Willem Buiten, and he said, "We're moving from a world of just in time supply chains to just in case supply chains." So you need to have backup. You need to have multiple backups so that you can continue to function as a business. Like I said before, there was already a trend about today. Business development is about precision work, and chambers can play a critical role in helping their members target the key decision makers in the companies they need to do business with. And if you can't travel to meet people, then you have to do it online. And with the Connects network, and Karolina will show you how you can do that, you can actually do it online and use your chambers as your local contacts to help you. So in summary, chambers possess everything to play an invaluable role in helping individuals within their companies achieve their business development objectives. I encourage all of you to get the most out of your Connects membership. If you're a member of the Hertfordshire Chamber, that means you have automatically access to the Connects platform. So if you are not already active, please activate your membership today, as soon as we finish our webinar. Enjoy the rest of the webinar and feel free to ask any questions if you have them at this point in time for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Sorry, one thing I forgot to mention at the beginning, Alison will kill me afterwards, is that this is actually being recorded, and Alison, I'm right in saying it will be sent out to people by email. Is that right? Yeah, fantastic. Thank you. And thank you so much for that. And there's also the MERS crisis, the Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, which is now largely forgotten, but that was very big some years ago. And 68 and 57, we also have really big flu cases where 1 million died, I think, in India alone. So you're dead right about viruses already around. Let's not get too down or anything about it. But thank you so much. Any questions at all at this stage? No. Okay. So, Karolina, thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna share my screen and. Oh no, host disabled attendee screen sharing. Can you able me to actually screen sharing? Oh yeah. Sorry for that. And yeah, so now I'm gonna share my screen and show you how to use the platform. I hope all of you are seeing. You see my screen. So basically, this is the main page where you log in. So if you already logged in, so you know how to do it. If you haven't seen this before, you can always ask John to send you an email with the link. And once you click on it, you create a password and you are good to go. So once you log in, this is what you see. So basically, on the top right, you can always edit your profile and your company's profile. The more details you put about your company, the better, because once other companies are searching by the keywords, they can always find you if you actually filled in your profile. Also, as Joost mentioned, the platform Connect is meant for chambers of commerce, so you can always see the networks. If you click on all networks, we divide it into communities. So basically we have UK global community and all the chambers of commerce that are related to UK, bilaterals and local. We also have Asian region, Belgian chambers, Agamos Negocios, which is in Colombia, Heart of Asia in Afghanistan, and the Netherlands. As you can see, each chamber of commerce has a face next to it. So it's basically all the chambers of commerce, they have their own moderator. So employee of chamber of commerce, and he or she can always help you to find companies or contact with the companies if you cannot do it directly. Basically, going back to the main page, the dashboard, you can see that there are the division between companies, opportunities, and users. So opportunities, here you can see different type of requests from the companies to connect. So there are a possibility to do 3 types of opportunities. If you click on create an opportunity, you can choose from buy, sell, or connect. So basically, and you can always write what you need. And usually now, as a current crisis is here, we give an example. If you are the government and you would like to find a company who can provide some lung ventilators, you can always write looking for ventilators in the UK or in any other country. You can write in the description in more details, describe what you are looking for. If you have a picture, you can always upload the picture and press publish. Once you press publish, it appears here as the latest opportunity. So everyone who logs in, they can click on it, read about it, and respond to you. As we can see here, the opportunity is in Spanish, but this is not a problem because you can always translate this into English, and then you can still contact them in English and they will be able to translate your message in Spanish. The platform is available in Spanish, French, German, and English. So if you write in all those in any of those languages, it will be easy for others to translate it within the platform. Also, besides of creating an opportunity, you can browse the opportunities. So as we use the same keyword as COVID, we can already see that there are quite a lot of different type of opportunities created related to COVID. We actually have 53 of them. So you can always click on one, read about it, and if you think that it's relevant for you, you can send a direct message to the person who created an opportunity, or you can contact the moderator of Chamber of Commerce who this company belongs to, and you can find this information here. So besides, forgot to mention that once you create an opportunity, you can also share this opportunity. So you can share this opportunity on social media. So it's Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, or send it as an email, or you can send it to a member. So basically, you get to the the person can get it as a private message. You can type the name. So we always recommend first to send it to the moderator. So in your case, it would be John. Too many Johns, yeah. And then you can always craft the message the way you want, and you see that there is a link. So anyone you are sending this opportunity, they will be able to click on the link and read about your opportunity more. Besides of creating opportunities, searching through the opportunities, you can also browse the companies. So once you click on browse all companies, you can choose. You can see that there are 22,000 companies already on the platform. All of them you can, click, read about them, and write them a message and basically connect with them. Or you can also narrow down the search by the keyword location or sector. So, for example, if we again looking for the companies that can make ventilators, you can just type ventilator. It's basically manufacturing and manufacturing of equipment, and we narrow down the search to 370 results. As you can see, it's from different countries. So basically, this is the company's name, the country they are from, and the Chamber of Commerce they belong to. So you can always either contact them directly or contact the moderator of the Chamber of Commerce, whose member this company is. If 370 results is not enough for you, we also offer the external database. There are two of them that we offer. One is Compass. So basically Compass generated almost 200,000 results. So it's all the companies that are relevant to the sector we chose and in different countries. So you can see company's name, city they are based in, and the country. You can always send them a message saying that you would like to contact them, and they will receive an email. Besides receiving an email, this message will go to your moderator as well, so he's aware that you are trying to connect with them and can help you to go further with them. Besides Compass, we also offer Open Corporates, and Open Corporates give us, takes a little bit longer to generate it, 50,000 results. Again, you can click on any of those companies, you can read about the company, you can get the websites the information is gathered from, and you can request for the intro. So you basically will send an email saying that I would like to contact this company, and you will get the contact details of this company. So this is how the search is done on the companies. Also, some companies are usually looking for the right people in the company. So you can also browse the users. So once you click on browse all users, and for example, you want to contact all CEOs, you just type a keyword CEO, and then you will see all the CEOs on the platform who registered and are happy to contact with you. That's my presentation. Do you have any questions? No. All right. So then I will give the floor to Leila, who can tell from the user's perspective how she discovered and used the platform. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Karolina. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the invitation. It is really a pleasure to be connected, and I hope that my experience with the platform and with the Chamber will be of use for your business development strategy, not only during this challenging time, but also in a long-term basis. TIAO started with a great idea to help us connect, and has proved invaluable for me when assessing new market perspectives. It is a time to build bridges, to network, and to see how you can better help. So focusing only on selling, I think it's a mistake. We should add value by helping, by listening, and coming up with creative and innovative solutions for problems. My background is in business development, managing commercial teams, strategy, and digital transformation. Basically, my goal is helping companies in their IT projects and transformation and the use of new technologies in order for them to gain a competitive advantage. So I was searching for a way to reach out to businesses and to chambers of commerce, apart from social media, the traditional cold calling or emailing strategies. I believe that we need a different type of connection, a more personal approach, and I was looking for a way to achieve this. Apart from LinkedIn, I found the Connect platform 2 years ago. And why I thought this initiative is great is because it gives you the possibility to get in touch with businesses. It is all verified by the chambers of commerce and gets you an insight on events and also on the market. Now, when we have no other option than to work remotely and to use online environment and social media, I think that the platform is even more important. I also wanted to find a way to get in touch with chambers of commerce when I started as responsible for business development across Europe. I was researching the market, speaking with specialists from different countries while trying to assess the tendencies and skill sets within the IT sector. The platform helped me get an instant response from chambers of commerce across Europe, receive their feedback and their thoughts on the matter by simply sending a message, just as Karolina showed you before. It also saves me a lot of time in searching for new companies because every company is verified by the chamber before it is granted access to the platform. So you have the certainty that this company really exists and that their services are real. So it really saves me a lot of time. Another great feature that I use is the possibility to post opportunities, which you can divide in offering a service or product, in looking for a partner, or in looking for a provider. It is very helpful now for the companies I work for in the IT sector, as I can interact and communicate with different experts. I can get in touch with people from different countries and see how the market is, how we can collaborate and improve our services. I actually recently posted an opportunity for social distancing technologies in the UK that can help manufacturing and logistic companies and factories to better monitor their safety measures and improve security, so that the employees can go back to work during the coronavirus crisis. And my advice is to use all the features that Karolina showed you, especially an extra emphasis on keywords, because now you have seen how important it is to appear first when somebody searches for COVID-19, for instance, or for coronavirus tech solutions or another similar keyword. So you have to introduce that within your opportunity. Basically, it is the same practice as a SEO, search engine optimization strategy, but inside the platform. Also, you can select different sectors and industries you wish to target, as well as types of companies accordingly. You need to segment and target your potential customers well, and then the platform is intuitive and it helps you post your opportunity, taking into account all of this I've said before. My recommendation is also to use the platform as you use LinkedIn, is basically what I do. Check the opportunities that appear. It is valuable information. And I have been able to find also great collaborators and partners through the platform from just looking at posted opportunities and responding to them, but also searching for partners and working closely with the Chamber of Commerce. It has helped me build a strong partnership network, reach out to companies with different expertise, and just building projects together with companies that I found within the platform. And also you have the platform in Spanish and French now. It's even better. I have seen the number of posted opportunities multiply and the platform grow. The search option has also been improved, and it's very intuitive, as you have already seen. All opportunities are also reshared on social media platforms. It gives you even more online visibility. As I have been working in helping companies in digital transformation, it is an important feature and to be able to gain that online visibility. You also can see the companies that looked at the opportunities you posted, or at your company profile. So you can get in touch with them. You can ask if they need more information. And you can post if you need help in a project, if you need legal advice, providers or resellers, and you get an instant response. This also proved to be extremely helpful when targeting new markets in my activity. So the platform is, as I told you before, part of my work routine. And if you have any questions or need more insights or recommendation on how to use the platform and better target your market, I would be happy to see this with you and answer your questions.
Lovely. Well, thank you so much, all three of you, for your introductions. As I said, any questions at all at this stage?
Who is already using the platform from the participants in today's webinar? Who from the Hertfordshire members?
I'm afraid the platform is actually new to me, and it sounds fabulous. and really helpful in trying to connect and find out who's doing what out there. So yes, no, I'm sort of looking at it from a different point of view, but it's definitely a resource that I wasn't aware of, and I'm pleased to hear about. Thank you for your presentations.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear.
Yeah. Thank you, Helen. That's great. Can I just ask you, languages was mentioned, and French and Spanish, of course, covers quite a chunk of the world. No Asian languages yet. Are you looking at Japanese, Chinese, for example?
Yes, we work with a it's actually a German company that provide us the translations. It's one of the things that, well, of course, there's so much to talk about a platform like this, but one of the key points about our platform is data privacy. So we are fully GDPR compliant, which is the European data legislation. And that means that also the companies that we work with in providing the additional services such as translations, they need to be fully data compliant as well. And this company is a company in Germany called DeepL. They are very specific because under German law, data privacy laws are extremely strict. And so we work with the languages that they make available, and actually Japanese and also what they call simplified Chinese is one of the languages that is available. So I can say that we will be, let's say, in the near future, we will be adding those languages as well as Russian and so I think today, Karolina, they have about 8 or 9 languages that are available, but it's rapidly expanding. It's as the name tells you, DeepL. They're using deep learning algorithms and it's really amazing. The instant translation as we provide it in the platform today. I don't think it would have been possible 2-3 years ago. That's how fast this technology is evolving, and the languages are expanding, and it's just brilliant because if you only speak French or only speak English, you can translate with anyone anywhere in the world and get receive the answers in your own language. It's fantastic.
No, agree. Thank you very much for that. And also very pleased to hear about the trust issue, Leila. You mentioned about the companies verified and everything, because trust is obviously a very big issue. You don't know who you're dealing with from a company in Bulgaria, say, but it's good to know that everything is verified and genuine, if you like.
And that creates huge opportunities, because anywhere in the world, there are lots of talented people, lots of great entrepreneurs with great ideas, but I mean, I can speak for myself. If I receive, let's say, an email from somebody from Nigeria without any reference, I'm not going to respond to it. But I wouldn't, whether it's Nigeria or anywhere in the world, you just, there's not the trust. But if it is a message from somebody through the Connects platform, who is a member of the Nigerian Chamber of Commerce, British Chamber of Commerce in Nigeria, I will respond, and that's the difference. And we have fantastic success stories of African entrepreneurs linking with European companies, and even because one of the barriers in Africa is transnational trade within Africa, and we have an example of an East African company connecting with a West African company via a chamber in Belgium. So it's really amazing.
An international world. Yes, yeah. 5 or 6 years of my life was spent in Africa, so I know all about the challenges, but equally there's some great opportunities. And for anyone listening in at the moment, we are planning, hopefully next month, to do a Nigerian webinar, as well as Nigerian companies as well.
Together with the British Chamber of Commerce in Nigeria as well?
It'll be, we will involve them, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'll speak to the person who used to work for the Department for International Trade out there in Lagos. But yeah.
Right. That they're very active, very, very good chamber.
So. Yeah, very big.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Sorry, have you noticed a big increase in uptake since we've all been on lockdown of the platform?
Yeah, no, it's good of you to ask. Absolutely, we because we have KPI dashboards. Actually, you can see it in Hertfordshire Chamber. So John, in your dashboard, you can see the sort of the graphs of and we actually we in March, April has been I would say compared to previous months is at least double, but April the trend is even growing further, and so this is clearly more people using the platform than they have been doing before. What we also notice is that this format, the webinars, are very effective because it of course it informs people about the platform and it gives ideas, and we are very happy to for example for the Herts Chamber to do this on a regular basis. So this is the first one, but to do them with a certain regularity. And what we notice in the webinars is that the sharing of ideas, the sharing best practice in how you use the platform is critical. The experiences of Leila, they are invaluable because she, yeah, it's like any kind of software. It's a lot of it is also trial and error. What works, what doesn't, and not give up too quickly. Because if it's, I compare it with how, for example, recruitment professionals use LinkedIn as a tool to recruit candidates. And they use the LinkedIn tool. I mean, I maybe use 5% of its potential, but they probably use it to 50%. And it's the same with Connects. Is you can the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. It's a bit like being a member of a chamber of commerce. If you're very active, you get a lot of return. If you do nothing, then nothing will happen. I guess that's a general fact of life. Is you need to go out to get a response. But we clearly see, and what we also see is that there is a huge surge in interest from chambers of commerce. So we are now talking to lots of chambers of commerce to expand. So we currently have 41 chambers of commerce on the platform, but we hope that we will be growing quite rapidly to add more and more chambers. We're also we're expanding in Europe, so we're talking to German chambers of commerce, to French chambers of commerce. So we're hoping to get more European chambers, but also across the world. So we have started in Asia, started in Latin America. So we expect that it's quite simple. That there is the new normal. It will take years before you would be able to just jump in a plane and see whoever anywhere in the world. So you have to find. And we're not saying that Connects is the only tool, but if you use Connect and you use LinkedIn and all the tools available, it will help you make your business more resilient.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you.